Alright, what's up, guys? We are back here with another album review, and today we're looking at Slayer's 1994 album, Divine Intervention. I have things to say about this one. This is one of the bad ones to come out of the 90s. There are a couple songs on this album that I did like, but most of the songs on this album are very repetitive. That's all I'm going to say. They're very repetitive, and there's no uniqueness about them. They're just, in my opinion, generic thrash being pumped out. It's crap. This album is. I love Slayer to death, but there's about 14 songs on this album, and 12 of them are just gay as fuck, and they're very generic thrash songs, and they're just not. There's nothing special about them, and I really got nothing else to say about them. And this is disappointing coming from one of the best thrash bands of all time. But the other day when I listened to this album for the first time, I was very disappointed, and it kind of shied me away from listening to the rest of the albums from the 90s, but I went ahead and did it. Now, the artwork for this album is pretty fucking awesome, but that doesn't make up for the fact that this album sucks. It really does. It's very generic, and there's nothing special about it. And it's, in my opinion, a very forgettable album. I feel like a lot of people don't know about this album. And I feel like that's a good thing because this album isn't that great. I've pretty much said my rage piece on it. Now, looking at it from a critical standpoint, I am going to go ahead and say again, it is very generic. I felt like this was a very cheap effort for Slayer to put out something like this. It's a very bad album in general, and I'm disappointed in Slayer for putting this out. But there was a couple songs in here that I did enjoy. I know I mentioned that before. But overall, very poor attempt. Very, very poor attempt. I don't really know what to say about this one. So remember to leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll be back here with more.